We're at CES in Las Vegas. We finally made it here after a few hiccups at immigration, but we won't go into that now. We're about to go into CES Unveiled, which is an event which basically shows us all the key products being launched at CES. However, we're doing something slightly different this year. We thought we'd have a chat before that and actually decide what HEXUS wants to see at CES, and let's see how accurate we are with what happens. With me is Tarinder. Everyone knows him, the editor of HEXUS. So Tarinder, what are you looking forward to seeing at CES?
Lots of tablets, smartphones, ultrabooks, and lots of semi-pointless gadgets, like every CES.
Every year, people talk about the must-have gadget that comes out of the year, and last year it was ultrabooks, but obviously the sales didn't exactly take off there. What do you reckon will be the biggest gadget that people talk about now, but will turn out to be a flop in the long term?
That's a difficult one. The tablet market's really, really crowded, so I can't see too many new tablet-type devices coming out. Again, smartphones, super complex, only a few companies can do them. It's going to be something more toy-like. What it is, I don't know, and hopefully we're going to see it in CES Unveiled. But my guess is something costing $50, which looks great, but it's got no longevity.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the technology we find inside these devices. We've also got an NVIDIA event later on today. Obviously, the prediction of that's Tegra 4. Any ideas on the performance or specs on that?
Well, with mobile processors, you don't get a 5% uplift from year to year. You get 20, 30, 40, or if you're Apple, 300%. So lots more power, but lots more performance at the same power envelope. So anybody making a new device these days, a high-performance tablet, a high-performance smartphone, will have to use Tegra 4.
So one thing that might be interesting for our readers now is if you can sort of give us some insight into the time it takes from obviously hearing a processor announcement through to it coming out in a product. It's not like the PC market where Intel launches CPU, you can buy a system straight away based around it.
Well, I think it's to do with how someone like NVIDIA and their partners launch products. And it's not like, as you say, it's not like you manufacture a processor and it's in a product next month. Design cycles can be 9 months, 12 months. So NVIDIA knows that Tegra 5 will go into certain types of devices. That's Tegra 5, not 4. Tegra 4, obviously later on this year, we're going to see lots more coverage at MWC, Mobile World Congress. But this is all about announcements for me, CES. So the stuff you can actually buy, probably middle of this year.
Okay, let's think about last year. It's the first TV show of 2013. What was your must-have gadget from last year? What did you actually buy yourself?
I've got an Ultrabook, but I got it at a really good price. So Intel wants to charge, or their partners want to charge $699 plus. Managed to snag a HP one for about £300. And because it's sleek, it's quiet, the battery life is good, I think it works perfectly there. But really, that's not an Ultrabook by Intel standards. They want to charge a lot more, but I don't think they'll be able to. I think this year what you're going to see is a lot more $499 Ultrabooks.
Do you think Ultrabooks will become the standard for what a notebook looks like, as opposed to being this premium Halo product? All notebooks will end up being thinner, lighter, better battery life?
That has to happen because the processors are becoming lower and lower power. More and more laptops ship with SSDs, again lowering power. So really, unless you're after a really high performance notebook, there's no reason to have something which is 35mm thick. I mean, Intel specs on their 14-inch Ultrabook is, I think, a maximum of 21mm. I can't see why anybody would produce something much thicker now, and that's the way the market's going.
Okay, so talking about the consumer products, obviously at CES. What about the actual technology inside? What was your must-have graphics card from last year?
It started off slightly slow, but I'd say NVIDIA's GeForce GTX 600 series. Out of those, probably the 660 in terms of bang for buck. So for £150, you could play pretty much all the latest games at a high def resolution, and that's the monitor, well, that's the resolution common on many monitors that people buy. So 660, maybe 660 Ti, if you can pick it up cheaply enough.
Okay, you talk about monitors, and let's tie that in with CES nicely now. Do you reckon we'll see a lot of these ultra widescreen monitors this year?
Probably not. I think economies of scale means that you can't have, well, they won't mass produce them. We're going to see some wider ones, but not ultra wide, not 21 by 9. I think 16 by 9, 16 by 10 still rules the roost.
Okay, so let's make a prediction. What you'd like to, what would you like to see in the next 6 months? What would you really like someone to bring out? I'm not saying it has to happen. Pipe dreams. What product would you like to see launched?
Probably wider screen monitors, Ultrabooks at more sensible pricing, tablets with high resolution screens, so the cheaper tablets this is. But the problem with that is someone like Google owns the market, Google, Apple, and a few others. So it's very difficult for a third party to come in and launch a cheap, decent tablet. But I suppose that's what I want, a cheap, decent tablet too.
It's always hard to differentiate when you've got the big players in there controlling everything from supply software right through to manufacture, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Okay, so there you have it. There's Tarinda's insight on CES for this year and also a small recap on last year. Stay tuned to HEXUS for more from Las Vegas. See you guys soon.